Twitter at Savannah TV. Tune in and watch Savannah TV. We are live. Savannah TV. We create awareness about our place in Africa. Savannah TV. We are distinct, we are focused to deliver top-notch news in Savannah TV. Equitable reporting without fear or favor. Savannah TV. Sincere positive change for us and our environment is our aim. Savannah TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah TV. Our CEO Prince Radekonde Oluchimi Japo. Savannah TV. I'm a living witness. Keep watching Savannah. TV. Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV.
Good morning and welcome to a brand new week. Today being Monday, the 28th of March, 2022. As usual, you are welcome to our television station, Savannah News Television, live from Toronto, Canada. I remain your regular host, Prince Olujimi Adekanle Lijoka. Without wasting much of our time, the time is exactly 8:40 a.m. here in Toronto. We go straight to what is making headlines today in Nigeria. Our first point of call is the Punch newspaper. APC inaugurates appeal panel on Tuesday, that is tomorrow. They are inaugurating the appeal panel for those people that has grievances or those people who are not happy with what's going on. That is an avenue for them to go and appeal their claim. PDP says Adamu has fraud charges. That is the new APC chairman. The PDP says he has fraud charges hanging around his neck. Co-contestants await reforms. That is, people that contested, it was a consensus convention. So most of them just stepped down. I'm sure they might have agreed that their monies will be refunded back to them for not going into that contest. Senate to declare Adamu seat vacant. Adamu is still a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria before contesting for the chairmanship. He was the former governor of Nasarawa State. He became senator. Now is the chairman of APC. Transform APC ahead of 2020 polls. Gbajabiamila tests new National Working Committee. PDP mocks ruling party. Says new chairman has corruption case. That is in the front page. You get all this in the front page of the Punch newspaper of today. Wike declares presidency bid. Knocks Atiku, Saraki, and others. You get that on page 9 of today's Punch. Bread prices may go up. Bakers blame Forex. Energy crisis. Bread, which is supposed to be a common food for the common man. The bakers are saying the price may go up, and this is not unconnected with the Forex, the Naira exchange for foreign currency. It's disheartening that our Naira is going for 600. Our Naira is going for 600 per $1. So anything you are buying today, $1, it goes for 600. naira. So to affect, the bakers are saying it's going to affect the price of bread, which is very for sure. And they say again, energy, that is power supply. Because if you buy all these things, flour with exchange rate, and you are buying diesel at exorbitant rate, because there's no NEPA, there's no power to power your equipment to bake this bread, definitely the price of bread will go high. And these are the common food that is supposed to be at the reach of the poor. Rice, bread, these are the common things. Gari, these are the common things that everybody should have access to. The common man on the street should have access to that. But today, they are now becoming food for the bourgeois. It's unfortunate. We don't know what they want our people to start eating. Will they start eating grass? That is the question for this government. This government should find a way to ease the problem of the masses. The masses are the one paying for bread. The governors, they don't pay for bread. The presidency, they don't pay for bread. They get this bread free of charge. The masses are the one paying for gas. That is for gas, cooking gas, to cook their food. The governors are not paying for gas. The presidents are not paying for gas. The ministers are not paying for gas. The same masses are the one paying for fuel, PMS. The governor are not paying for PMS. The president is not paying, and his family, they are not paying for PMS for petrol. The ministers are not paying because they get all these things from the taxpayers' money. They get all these things free of charge. Governor gets money for food for him and his family. He gets money to fuel all the vehicles. The vehicles, in matter of fact, is being purchased by taxpayers' money. The same money to power the generator in various government offices and government houses is free. It's the masses that are paying for everything. Those people in the helm of affairs, they are not paying for anything. They are paying for nothing. And the money they are using for all these things is the money accrued from the taxes paid by these various individuals, these masses, these civil servants. These taxes they pay is what they use to finance all these people in offices. That is the irony of it. It may even interest you that governor does not even pay school fees for their children. They don't pay school fees for their children. They don't. They pay the school fees from the coffer of the state budget. It's sad. But I continue to say, not until the masses knows their right, Nigeria will still be the way it is. But when the masses know that they are the owner of the land, they are the owner of the money, they are the masters, not the servant, then our leaders in various offices, positions will sit up. They will sit up. From the bread now, we go to Lassa fever death hits 123. NCDC worries over rise. You can get that story on page 8 of the Punch of today. OAU protest. Interference in varsity autonomy. That is coming from ASU. Yes. That a university is established in your domain does not mean you are the owner of that university. You are not the owner. It's either a federal institution or a regional institution. That university is established in your domain does not mean that university belongs to you. If it belongs to you, then finance it yourself. Those universities, they still rely on federal allocation. So it's supposed to be what you call federal character. So anybody from that zone can be elected, can be nominated to head the institution. It's absurd that the people of Ife start protesting that their own son is not being nominated or elected as the VC. So how about the man that have spent his all his entire years, entire life in that institution? From the cradle of a lecturer to senior lecturer, lecturer 1, lecturer 2, senior lecturer, all those stuff, principal lecturer, becoming a professor, and now you said it's not worthy to be a VC. Why? That's why I laugh when I have a rethink of Oduduwa Republic. Is this how they want to do? They want to govern Yoruba nation? The man in question that is nominated or elected as VC of OAU is a man from the southwest. So what's your problem? From the Ife issue we see on the Punch newspaper, we have this here: 2 detained suspects excrete 165 wrap of cocaine. Australia, China, bond, drug seized. 2 detained suspects. They excreted 165 wraps of cocaine. These people, they will never change. With all the awareness, with all the warnings, they are still carrying drugs on a daily basis. And I will tell you that they are even lucky they are caught in Nigeria. Most of these countries they are going to, like China has zero tolerance for drug peddlers, drug smugglers. They will kill you. It's a death penalty. So even that you are caught in Nigeria, you are lucky. At most, they give you 15 years in jail, 20 years in jail. But in China, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in all those areas, when you are caught for drug, you pay the supreme price. They will never listen. And my advice to people is don't envy anybody you see. Riding big cars, staying in big mansion, run your race. Don't envy anybody you are seeing out there because you don't know what he or she is doing for a living. This one that has created 165 wraps now, if you have succeeded, you will come back to Nigeria, you will see him driving G-Wagon, driving Range Rover, staying in Lekki, staying in Banana Island. You'll be saying, oh, we'll be envying him. And because we're in a very poor society, these same people are the ones, they can now come and vie for position to make laws for you in National Assembly. It's the same you, the masses, that will roll out drum for them for campaigning, for them to get into positions. And our findings have shown that 40% of those people in National Assembly, they are all criminals. They are criminals. They are either Yahoo fraudsters, internet fraudsters, ritualists, drug barons. They are the ones that are in making laws in that country. Our findings have shown that about 35% of those people in National Assembly are criminals. They got their money through crime, and they bamboozled their way, to the seat of power in making laws for you and I. So tell me, what kind of law can a criminal make, if not the one that will favor him or her? Airport invasion. Stop pampering terrorists. OK State Police. Afenifere tells federal government. You are aware that some terrorists entered the airport. It's unheard. They get into the airport and they forced a plane that was taxiing to stop. And they killed an official of Nama. Was killed. You can imagine that. So you can imagine, was killed. So to tell you how porous our country, our situation is. You can imagine an airport being invaded by bandits, and they were brandishing guns, weapons. And in that case, the pilot has to stop because you cannot fly a plane in that situation. Any release of bullet there can crash the plane, and all the passengers on board, their lives are in danger. So you can see, how did they get into the tarmac, to the wrong way, to the extent of hurting a plane? That's happened in Kaduna Airport. So where is safe? Where is no, when the road is not safe, the rail line is not safe. Now the aviation industry is not safe. That is, I mean, airline transportation is not safe any longer in Nigeria. I don't know. I don't know. We continue to talk every day, and we thought if you are saying this, is to change the mindset of people in power. The killings is too much. Every day you see killings. I'm sure if I'm still reviewing now, I'm still going to get to a caption of killing in that same country. Where are our security? Where are the budget going to? Where are our security agencies? Where is our national security advisor? Where are our chief of staff, chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, IGP? Where are you people? The lives of people is now valueless in Nigeria. I don't know. Still on the Punch newspaper, we have this. Nigerians spend $39.66 billion on foreign education, medical, tourism. That is coming from CBN. So they have their facts and figures. 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 Almost $40 billion spent on foreign education and medical tourism. That shows that our education is worthless in Nigeria. So people are seeking the big men that stole the money of the masses. They will choose to send their children abroad. You can imagine, if you can see how many Nigerians are in Ukraine schooling. They are children of the bourgeois. You can see how many Nigerians in the US, in Canada, in other countries, Malaysia, even Malaysia here. People are going to school there. That's to tell you that our own education has been thrown to the dogs. When ASU will be on strike, when they will not pay salaries to lecturers, when you cannot get quality education. So go and check all the ministers today. Their children are abroad. Buhari's children school abroad. Who is the president of Nigeria? Oshibayo's children are abroad. Who is the vice president? Lawan, who is the senate president, the children are abroad. Bajabi Amila, who is the speaker, the children are abroad. Most of the governors in Nigeria, all their children are abroad. All these people I've mentioned, they are all seeking medical attention abroad. Your president always fly abroad for medical attention. That is the money is used from part of this $40 billion expended on medical tourism. You can aware when the issue of APC came up, the governor Matawale, who was the acting whatever, was abroad for medical tourism. So if you can plug out $40 billion for medical tourism and education alone outside the country, tell me how that country want to get, how the country can balance, how this country can come out of this quagmire he found himself. Because the amount of capital flight in Nigeria is unthinkable. Unthinkable. That is the reason why the dollar will continue to rise. Because all this we are talking about is being purchased by the dollar, and they'll be using our naira to purchase all this dollar. And when they are doing that, the naira become weakening as the day goes by. As you are buying with your naira, the naira becomes weakening, and the dollar becomes more stronger. May God save us. Still on the Punch newspaper, federal government borrowing from CBN rises by 96.54%. That is federal government borrowing from CBN. It has hit the level of 18.16 trillion. So where are the revenue generated from crude oil? Where are the revenue generated from taxes? Where are the revenue generated from other sources that Nigeria is now borrowing 18.16 1.636 trillion naira from CBN, apart from the foreign borrow, foreign debts, apart from other donor agencies come to Nigeria. They could not account for it. Where are these monies going to? That is the question we are asking these people in power. It's sad. It's sad. Still on the Punch newspaper, we have this: state governments sink deeper as NNPC plans 328 billion naira deduction in April. 328 billion naira deduction in April. January, February fuel subsidy payments hit 430 billion. That is for January, February. They have paid 430 billion as subsidy. And this 430 billion can build a new refinery from the scratch to the end. We even can build at least another 4 refineries. This 430 billion can build another 4 refineries from the scratch to the end for our own crude to be refined in Nigeria and to be sold to Nigerians and to be exported, where we can export part of the crude to make money. We can still be refining certain fraction of it in Nigeria if we have invested in having a workable refinery. But we choose to, because out of that, this one 430 billion naira, I can assure you 70% of this money goes to individual pockets in Nigeria. Those are the people you are seeing with big cars, big mansion, and what have you. And those people, they will not want this system to work. They will not allow the system to work because the corruption is from the top. So who will pay the cat? That is the big questions we are asking now. Who will bail the cat? Who will bail the cat? Still on the Punch newspaper, we have this caption: courtrooms, judges accommodation delay, 2,000 Boko Haram ISWAP fighters trial. Still on the Punch too, on page 8, controversies surround $10 million, 1.360 billion naira deposit recovered from Nexim. That is money that is supposed to be meant to encourage export and import, whatever. That is the agency. Somebody has kept that money there. Some group of people stealing it, embezzling it. Oh, that country, we will continue to talk. Still on the Metro Punch today, we have 8 died in Lagos crashes. There's a crash, 8 died in Lagos crashes, and this happened in a separate accident on Eko Bridge, Lagos Island and Eleko bus stop, Lekki Epe Expressway in Lagos. Accident, bad road, corruption, because money meant to repair those roads are not there. No good monitoring. If there are cameras to check speed limit, all these things will have been avoided. No, they won't do that. Camera is the cheapest thing I said earlier here. Camera is the cheapest thing to install in all our highway in Nigeria. Camera is as cheap as 1,000 naira. Even if you are doing it in a mass production, it's as cheap as 500. A camera that you can position in various places. But they will not do it. I'm sure if they check the budget is there in the budget, somebody will have collected the money and absconded. This is another bad one again from Oyo State. Fleeing gunmen kill 4 motorcyclists after POS robbery. As they are fleeing, they shot 4 people again, innocent people. That is happening in from your state, in Ibadan, in Omi Adio area of Ibadan. Oil workers arrange over death of 9 Ondo residents and lawyers. This is, let us get this right. 3 workers of an oil company have been arraigned before the magistrate court sitting in Akure, Ondo State for allegedly causing the death of 9 persons in the Lajeloa government area of Ondo State. The trio, Anthony Nwuba, Orofin Pius Yomi, and Patrick Anyanyegbo, who were said to be workers of the Sheba Exploration and Production Company Limited, were arrested by the State Police Command for allegedly setting the disease ablaze through illegal oil bunkering activities. You can imagine. We are following the case. We'll see how the case goes. Kanuman, 65, defiled 5 minors. Can you imagine? Defiled 5 minors. Minors in Kanu. 65 years old man. That man ought to be castrated. Still in the Punch newspaper, passengers colludes with gang members. Snatch car in Rivers. You get all that in the Punch of today. Still in the Punch, 4 killer kidnappers arrested for murder in Rivers, abducted driver. Let's get our story. The Rivers State Police Command said its operative arrested 4 persons allegedly involved in the kidnap and murder of a driver, Onyekachi Chukwago, along the east-west road in Emoha local government area of the state. You can see the display picture of the suspect here, the criminals. We pray that the court will do the needful. These people are not supposed to be in the society. They are not supposed to be living with the people. No. Still another one here. I told you, police arrest the suspect, recover 1 submachine gun in Anambra. Oh my God. Federal workers lament debts, seek withheld salary payment. That is coming from federal workers. They have all borrowed, the civil servants, they always borrow money. They are always living on a team and laden basis. They will borrow money to cover the salary that they are expecting. They will go and borrow money. They will be borrowing money and borrowing money and borrowing money. Lebanese investor cries out after escaping deadly land grabbers attack. Let's also see a Benin-based Lebanese businessman, Alice Fawaz, has appealed to Governor Gordon Obaseki and security agencies after he survived an attack by suspected land grabbers on his business premises in Benin, Edo State. I hope the governor will come to his rescue, because these are investors who are supposed to be protected. Still on the Punch, we have this from the Teju shows, the Olori of Teju shows, and the Oshileoke Ona-Egba Oba Adedapo Teju show. I think he's celebrating with the General Overseer of CGCC, that is Pastor Laide Bakare. Oh, really? You can see the picture is still there. Go. Anyway, on the panorama on the Punch again today, court can nullify gazetted provision, can ask AGF to delete it. That is coming from a son, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Adegoke. You get all those stories in the Punch newspaper of today. From the Punch now, I think we are going to the last one before we call it a day. We now hit to the leadership of today. Buhari absolves Adamu, says ex-PDP members in APC have repented. Federal government committed to a better Nigeria job creation. That is coming from Osibajo. You will get all that in the leadership newspaper of today. Still on the leadership of today, you will see the front page. There is a picture there of Nigerian Army. That is Commander 16th Brigade Nigerian Army Brigadier General Olurotimi Awolo Medu, with soldiers of the brigade and the overall winner of the 2022 inter-brigade corporals and below competition of the 6th Division Nigerian Army during the closing ceremony at Elele Cantonment, Rivers State, yesterday. You will see the picture there on the front page of this day. Still on the front page of this day, Wike declares for presidency in Makurdi. Governors seek $15 billion investment in Dubai. You get all those stories on this day. On leadership of today's paper. Vice Chancellor seek virtual learning in varsity. You get that story too on leadership of today. SEC raises concern over 170 billion naira unclaimed dividends. You get that all the story on today's leadership. Breaking the cycle of killing in Kaduna. You get that write-up on today's leadership. The killing in Kaduna is becoming too much. They kill there every day, and we are still using this medium to beg, to call on the government of the day to please come to the aid of those helpless people in Kaduna. They are being killed, slaughtered like ram on daily basis. It seems that the governor has lost it. He can't control it, and I think it's high time that the military should be drafted into that area. The killing is becoming too much from these bandits. Still on that story we have read before, NDLEA nabbed 2 drug traffickers with 165 wraps of cocaine. And it may interest you that the person here is the person that is involved here. There are two drug traffickers are Elvis Uche Iro, a 53 years old man, and Uwezoke Ekenna Christiana, 42 years old. Can you imagine? Christian, 42 years. 2 of them were caught for this trafficking of drugs. Survivors of vessel explosion in Ondo arraigned for murder. I'm sure that is the story I read earlier. NDDC suffering from leadership governance problem. That is coming from Pandef. Pandef is saying that. Consensus has strengthened APC. That is coming from Ganduje, the governor of Kano State. Futa mourns former Vice Chancellor Daramola, the former VC of Futa in Akure, that is Federal University of Technology Akure, the former VC, Professor Adebiyi Gregory Daramola, died day before yesterday. And from here, Savannah News Television, we send our condolence. Kaduna airport attack. APC has conceded sovereignty to terrorists. That is coming from PDP. Yes, if they can enter the airport and attack and stop a plane that is taxiing and kill somebody and kill a personnel there, which means it's all over. On this note, we have come to the end of today's news review from Savannah News Television. As we always say, stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. We wish all our viewers across the world a happy working week. Today being Monday, 28th of March 2022. We wish you all a good working week. Please kindly stay out of trouble. Thank you.
Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. We create awareness about our place in Africa. Savannah News TV. We are distinct, we are focused to deliver top-notch news in Savannah News TV. Equitable reporting without fear or favor. Savannah News TV. To set positive change for us and our environment is our aim. Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. Our CEO Prince Radekonle Oluchimi Jaffa. Savannah News TV. Emileke, I'm a living witness. Keep watching Savannah News TV. Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV.